We can't decide if we want to do an intro or not, so I think we're not doing one today, right?
Hi everyone, I'm Jason.
So we have been in our trailer, our Heartland Pioneer QB300, for about 3 weeks now. And we have been without Wanderbus for almost 2 months. And we thought maybe we would just talk a little bit about our feelings on bus life versus RV life. These are not other people's feelings. Everyone feels different about their bus life experience or their RV life experience. This is just how the transition has worked for our family, and now after 3 weeks our family is feeling. So you get to go first because I just did the intro.
Okay, let's start with toilets.
Let's, because we're doing a completely different toilet setup.
So we had a composting toilet in the bus, a Nature's Head. And it's clear to me now that we have been in, we were planning on putting a Nature's Head in our trailer, but we haven't because they're like $1,000 and we just haven't.
We had to buy other things.
And it's clear to me, you know, in the time that we have spent in this, because we camp mostly at state parks and national parks, that often we have water and electricity, but we don't have sewer. So, you know, we've got a tote and I can go dump midweek while we're camping. It's clear to me that we can make our tanks last.
Longer than we thought.
Longer than we thought. And if we had the Nature's Head,
so by the time
we'd be great.
Yeah. Not that we don't miss the Nature's Head, and we might go back to that in the future. Maybe it's just like grass is greener on the other side right now and we're just enjoying trying something new. But by the time we had transitioned out of the bus, with the Nature's Head, we were having to do the liquid chamber every night. We were having to get rid of it once a day. There's 5 people using it, especially if we were boondocking. Now, I will say that the quality of the throne is way nicer with the Nature's Head toilet we have now. I'm not a big fan of how noisy it is.
A lot of people think the
I can be
Nature's Head
honest.
is real expensive for, you know, a piece of plastic. It's like that thick ABS plastic that they
It's-
make like park benches out of.
Yeah.
It's super sturdy. This
It should have
not.
It should have a little plaque on it that says, "This Nature's Head brought to you by like American Family Insurance" or something, because it is like park bench plastic, and
Right.
you know, always have those park benches on. Always.
and
This is courtesy of Blockbuster Video.
in memory of Larry and his wife.
Something like that. I mean,
But you sit on this toilet and it squeaks like crazy and everybody knows what's going on in there. And that was not the case with the Nature's Head. But with the Nature's Head, we saved all that water. So
we did. And also, so one thing about the bathroom in Wanderbus versus the bathroom here in, who has officially been named Ranger Gandalf Trailey II. Working title, I feel. But so the thing about this bathroom is that there are, and rightly so because it needs to be able to kind of expand and it's moving, there is an opening above the door and an opening below the door. So it's never fully like 100% private. Whereas when we were in Wanderbus, Jason had built like an actual door, and you know, you could go in there and it could lock, and it felt a little bit more removed. Now,
visually it's private.
visually it's visually it's
auditorially, audially, it's not.
Okay, we gotta move on. Like, potty
Anyway,
talk.
so I think if we switch to a Nature's Head at some point, we're gonna put one in. We're gonna plumb the liquid portion into our former black tank. Will now become just an additional gray tank. We plumb that all together.
Right.
And then we don't have to deal with, then we'll have 80 gallons worth of gray tank space.
Sweet, because our gray tank usage is really good. Like, I've been really proud of the kids for being mindful of the amount of water that they're using, because we're at a state park right now and we do have electric and water, but we don't have sewer. So we are here for 5 nights. We really want to try, and this is a challenge we've given ourselves while we've been traveling through the state parks of North Dakota. we want to try and see how long we can stretch these tanks. Now, obviously, we do that by also utilizing the bathhouse that's here.
And it helps that North Dakota's state parks have really nice bathhouses and good showers.
Their parks in general are just really nice, but that's a conversation for another day. Another thing I think that we really like about RV life versus how we laid out Wanderbus and our life in Wanderbus is that this space feels more roomy. It feels more homey. The kids are much more, the kids are happier in their bunk room. Now they have a bunk room that's at one end and then our bedroom is at the other, and they have everything they need in there for brother's room. And I think that that has been something that while they had their own dedicated spaces in Wanderbus too, they were in between our bedroom and then the beginning of the kitchen.
It was a bunk hallway.
Yeah, whereas like here they really do have their end of the trailer, and I think that they really like it in there. It feels very familiar to them. I think that that's for us, and we all have felt incredibly guilty. Like, if we can be perfectly honest, I think that in 3 weeks we have felt more at home in Ranger than we had for a very, very long time in Wanderbus. I'm not sure that we ever felt 100% at home in Wanderbus, because it always just felt like we loved everything that we had done, everything that we had built, but it always seemed like we would get to this one level and then something would go wrong.
There's always a challenge.
There's always a challenge. And there will be challenges here.
We already have had a flat tire.
Yes.
For instance.
That can't necessarily be because we own an RV.
No,
Happens to be that we got a flat tire.
Yeah.
You know, that could have happened on Bussy. It could have happened on it could have been the screw could have gone into the truck.
The tires on bus is like that thick, and trailer tires are nothing like that, of course, but screw happens and you deal with it.
It does. I think maybe what I'm trying to say, and I'm not articulating it very well, is that when we came into the trailer, it was 100% ready to go, right? We didn't really have to do anything outside of how you put your own life into it. Whereas with Wanderbus, when we went into Wanderbus originally, we were still living in the middle of a renovation.
Yeah.
And we continued to live in the middle of a renovation the whole time we were in it. And that's on us. There are so many people who get into their bus and it is 100% ready to go. Ours wasn't. We ran out of time, and then our business and life just went crazy, just took off. There was no time for the amount of like reno that we needed to do in there. So I think it was very refreshing for our family to come into this trailer and just be able to live in it immediately and not want for anything.
Yeah. Now, some of that stuff that they put together to make it immediately available to use isn't so great. For instance, the mattress in the master bedroom. Everybody, if you haven't bought an RV before, you don't know this, but if you have bought an RV new, you know the mattresses they come with are absolute junk.
They're not mattresses. They're just a really giant pillow.
It's not...
And not even a good pillow. It's not like a My Pillow, okay? It's just like one of those really cheap like pillows you buy for your college dorm because they only cost like $7. Like they're like the mainstay pillow from Walmart. Okay, that's what it feels like.
Your body, I mean, you feel the
plyboard underneath.
Okay, plyboard is not a word.
Oh, it's not?
I'm going to tell you this for the millionth time.
What is it?
It's plywood.
Oh, plywood. What's the difference?
There's no difference, but people will make fun of you, and I don't want that to happen.
Like it's happening right now, and I'm gonna have the darndest time editing this out, so I'll probably just keep it in, because, whatever.
I'd rather be able to make fun of you first and have other people do it.
Look, I'm gonna leave this in here, because the more you know, right? Like, maybe you just learned something new today, and that could just be that I absolutely know nothing about things that start with the word ply.
Our storage in the bus was, not only was there more of it, but it was all much better designed.
Yes. I mean, that's the thing about when you design your own home, you design it for yourself and to live in it, and we had so much storage.
But even simple things that they could do in a trailer like this to make it just as good as it was in our buses, put lifts on all the storage that's under the seats so the lids stay up, Actually,
and hinges.
hinges.
Can we have hinges?
So
hinges
that the
would be
lid
great.
stay up, because it's near impossible to get in and out of some of the storage places.
Yeah, like if Heartland, if you ever end up seeing this, could you also maybe have someone drill the holes for your fingers, so like that they're actual holes? Like it literally looks like a 2-year-old just went like this with one of those corkscrewy, what are those things called? You know, like
drill.
Yeah, no, but now you don't push it, you like crank it.
Yeah.
You like if you're getting into the ice.
Yeah, it's still a drill.
Okay. That's what it looks like.
So, but it's like, imagine a bunk bed that has a piece of plywood underneath the whole thing, and they drill one hole that doesn't fit this finger, and they drill it not in the front, they drill it back in the middle.
Right, so it's like you're like this. And
and there's a mattress on top of it, and blankets and pillows.
And if you're one of the Epperson kids, there's not only just blankets and pillows, there's like 5,000 stuffed animals. And do you know how heavy stuffed animals are when they all get together? They're very heavy. So the bed is very heavy. And we've been putting our own lifts and doing the hinges and stuff that we need to do to make it work for us. But you know, you kind of just think like that is such a simple step, but it would make the world of difference to a buyer.
All the kitchen area is a major upgrade. It is so great to have a 3-burner stove inside, an oven inside. Though we had a toaster oven before, which actually probably worked better than an RV oven. But it was big.
Well, I mean, that pizza last night that we ate would say yes.
Yes.
Because that's tough. I think overall, and we'll just leave it here, I think we have realized I wouldn't change being a bus family for anything in the world. I loved that experience for the most part, like 67.2593%. I loved that experience. I think the building of it was amazing, the time we spent as a family putting it together. But I think having been in both worlds now, I think we're not bus people.
We're more comfortable now.
We're more comfortable now. And that's no knock to the bus life. That's no like, yay, everything's perfect in trailer life. But we are also appreciating the less stress and anxiety, because if you follow us over at ourwanderingfamily.com, then you know that the last almost year with the bus has been just a bit of a struggle. So that's it. This was supposed to be like a 10-minute video that's taken us 45 minutes to do.
And ended up being like a half hour long.
Yeah. Fascinating
But you always
stuff.
think they're going to be 10 minutes.
I do. Well, it's like when we sit down to record the podcast, I'm like, let's make this the fastest episode ever. And then
they're always an hour and 10
All right,
minutes.
thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening to us break down the difference in our home. If you would like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please do. And we will see you next time.
Bye.